Good afternoon, Needham families. Mr. Purley here to share a little message about an update from the school side of things and looking forward to the next 3 weeks of school, kind of give you some outline and guidelines for that. First off, I'd like to say thank you very much to our community, our parents, our staff, our students. They've handled this situation very well. Teachers came in today at regular time. They planned for a couple of hours to make this e-learning, home learning situation possible and productive. And that's one of our goals for that, obviously, over the next 9 days of school. The students have asked good questions, and we've just shared that information as appropriately as we can, so they know what the situation is and why we're doing that. Ultimately, we're doing that because we want to keep our kids safe. We want to keep our families safe, and that is ultimately why these decisions are being made to do home learning instead of at school learning. A good life lesson there for students, I think, of thinking of others and the impact of the world on each other. Next up, just some of the details of today and Monday, mostly. If your child was absent today, on Friday, they did not get their materials and they did not get their Chromebook and their charger if they're in grades 2, 3, and 4. We will have those items up by the office on Monday from about 7:30 a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. That will be the scheduled time to pick those things up. Right now we're going day to day. So we're saying at this point, today on Friday, Monday is going to be the day to pick those things up. Can't make guarantees about what that will look like on the rest of the week. Your child's teacher should be reaching out to you on Monday as well to get this e-learning, home learning kicked off. They're going to make sure you have the resources you need, and then to give me some information as far as to make sure we can get the resources to you that you would need to make this a successful 9 days of teaching and learning. Spring break is going to be that Friday, March 27th through Sunday, April 5th. So as Dr. Clendenning said, on April 1st, he's going to give us an update as far as what school will look like after our scheduled spring break time. Your child's teacher will be collaborating with your child and you as a family through this educational process using Google Classroom. Google Classroom is great on Chromebooks, obviously. Can be used on any device, including cell phones. So those of you who don't have perhaps a Chromebook, a kindergarten or first grader who doesn't have one to bring home, I would encourage you to look at these options through your phone. There are times my phone can actually do more than my Chromebook just because of the apps and the opportunities that the device can provide for you. So I would encourage you to use that resource as well. But we do not want kids spending hours upon hours on a screen during this time. The children's activities that are provided by teachers, some are interactive on a computer and a screen, but I've encouraged them to make sure they're doing other activities that would get students away from that computer and away from that device, reading books and different things like that to get some other opportunities for them besides just being tied to the device. I'll be available. Your child's teacher will be available. And then we'll also have an elearning@franklinschools.org email link that's going to be monitored every single day during the workday to answer questions that you may have. One final note, and I think this is kind of a silver lining of the gray cloud that's over us right now, and you find ways that to help neighbors out and different things like that. And one of the biggest concerns that I've heard over this situation is, what about our kids who depend on us every single day for a meal? And our food service program has come up with a plan. I have it detailed here in my newsletter. But March 16th through the 26th, they're going to be distributing meals for students. An adult may pick up the meals for students in front of Northwood Elementary School. That's the most centralized location for us. It'll be at the double door entrance to the cafeteria from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So an hour window there. On Monday, March 16th, adults will be able to pick up one lunch and one breakfast. On Tuesday, the 17th, they're actually going to be able to pick up lunch sacks that will be could be used throughout the week. So 4 lunch sacks along with 4 breakfast sacks. And then that would then be repeated again on the following week, the 23rd and the 24th. So a way that Franklin Community Schools can still continue to serve our students' needs, even though traditional school is not in session. We will be doing home learning, and we will still be providing lunch and breakfast for those students who need it. Thank you very much. Again, if you have questions, please reach out to me or your child's teacher. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we hope to see you back very soon in early April.